Today, let's talk about one of the most amazing plants in Mother Nature, the Venus Flytrap. Right, I remember back then my first gardening talk was 12 years ago and it was on the topic of Venus Flytrap. And Venus Flytrap is a carnivorous plant, meaning that it feeds on insects for additional food and nutrients. And they do it by moving their leaves to trap them. Right? Although they may be like very special plants, but they are actually very easy to grow, even easier than all your other garden plants. So today, let me share with you how to grow Venus Flytrap at home. As you know, to grow any plant well, you need to understand their growing condition, or simply their preferences. So once you are able to satisfy their growing conditions, they will always grow well for you. And the best way to do that is to look at their natural habitat. Right? Find out where they are found in the wild. Right? Because in the wild, they have no stress and they grow to their full potential. So you will want to replicate the same kind of growing conditions as what they have in the wild so that they can grow the same way in your own garden. So to help you to do that, I have put together an ebook called Grow, right, which provides you a step-by-step guide to do exactly that. So click on the link in the description below and download it for free. So the first step is to look at photos of Venus Flytrap growing in the wild. But you can easily do that by doing a search on Google. Look for photos of Venus Flytrap found in their natural habitat. So the first growing condition that you look for is light. So from the photos, can you see that most of these Venus Flytraps are found out in the open? Can you see the strong distinct shadows right, in the photos? That's an indication of very strong direct sunlight. So full exposure to the sun. So if you want to grow Venus Flytrap well, you will need to grow it under at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight. So if they don't get enough sunlight, they will most likely to lose their coloring, their red coloring on their leaves, and they will definitely grow slower than usual. The next condition that we look for is water. So from the photos, can you see the wet grounds? Can you see the wet soil? Can you see that the soil is usually waterlogged? Right, that's their natural habitat. They are found in bogs and marshes in the wild, and sometimes they are even submerged in water. So what you can do in your own garden? Yes, you will need to create the same kind of growing environment. Well, the thing is that you don't need to flood your entire garden to grow Venus Flytrap well. Right, what you can do is that you can keep the soil wet by setting your pot of Venus Flytrap in a tray of water. Right? This way, the soil will always be wet and they enjoy this condition. The third growing condition is potting media, or simply the type of soil we use. Right? As carnivorous plants, Venus Flytrap are found in nutrient deficient soil, meaning there is no nutrients in the soil. So you can do that by choosing nutrient-free potting media like dried sphagnum moss or peat moss, which provide no nutrients and retain a lot of water. Perfect potting media for the Venus Flytrap. But never use garden soil or any kind of other rich potting media. This is a very common mistake made by many gardeners. The Venus Flytrap roots, their roots are only designed to take in water and they suffer from root burn when they are exposed to high nutrient level. The fourth growing condition that we look for is humidity. With such a wet environment, humidity level will be naturally high. So you will need to keep humidity level high in your own growing condition, your own garden. There are a few ways to do that. First, you can block away strong winds. Block with either tall structures or even tall plants. Another way is to grow them near water bodies, like beside a river, beside a pond or something. And you can also grow many plants as they give out water vapor through transpiration. This is the best excuse to buy and grow more plants. And the last growing condition that we look at is feeding. Feeding refers to the nutrient level in the soil. So for the case of carnivorous plants, you do not have to worry with nutrient levels or feeding. Venus Flytrap do not need any kind of fertilizers. So never use fertilizers for Venus Flytrap. And some people may ask me, how about feeding insects? Right? I know it's very fascinating to watch Venus flytrap in action, but I would not recommend you to overfeed them, right? To feed them. Right? Overfeeding drain energy from the plant. Back then, I remember some of my friends feed my Venus flytrap with a lot of insects to every leaf of my plant, and my plant died shortly afterwards after that one good meal. So once in a while, maybe it's okay to feed, but I would not feed my plant. Right? Let them catch their own food. So as you can see, a Venus flytrap are actually very easy to grow. Right? Keep them wet, leave them in a sunny spot, and that's it. Right? Almost no maintenance needed. And that's really what gardening should be, easy and enjoyable. So if you want to learn more about other plants, if you have something in mind that you want me to review, just comment below. Right? Every week I review a plant using the grow method. So if you like this video, if you enjoy this video, make sure you give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Because every week you will see 3 new videos to help you to become a better gardener. So go on, watch my other videos if you have not done so. And until next time, I will see you in my next video.